Have you been in a situation where you don't know how to progress, you can't see a way forward, you don't know what your future holds, and you may have been stuck in this rut for a long time, especially in the younger days? So, when I was 17, I was lacking a great deal of confidence in those teenage years, and I didn't know what my future held for me. Um, University had not entered my mind at all, and up until then, my grades were terrible. I failed all my GCSEs, the standard school examinations. I got a B in maths, a D in English, and then everything else was basically failed. And I got a Fs and E's for some of them. Confidence was all time low, and um, due to various different challenges I was having at home, and that spilled over into not engaging in the schoolwork, not speaking really to others. I had extreme shyness and so much anxiety as well, and I couldn't speak in front of others, and I dreaded doing presentations. I kind of a little bit still dread doing presentations. So not until I was 17 where things changed quite a bit rapidly, and I put that down to a mix of different things. But one important element of it was having a mentor. So I wholeheartedly believe in the power of having mentors and people that are going to be inspire you, show you a path forward. They've been there, done that, and I think the best mentors um, make you believe in your ability that's been there all along, and gives you the confidence to go out and achieve. Because a lot of the time, it's not about being competent. You've got enough skills to go out and make a start, at least make a start and develop. It's all about um, practicing your skills and increasing your knowledge. Because everyone is not, nobody is born a genius. They develop it at a young age. I think that there's a lot of evidence that proves that. Um, so my first mentor, I didn't go to him and ask him to be my mentor, or it wasn't a program that I signed up for. Let's call him Mr. P. So he was an inspiring teacher. My classmates will know who I'm talking about when I say Mr. P. Um, and he gave me that confidence. So throughout my career and journey in Capgemini, the tech consultancy that I work at, and other areas aspects as well, I've had various mentors, and it was more recently over the last 1 year, or less than 1 year, where I've really recognized the power of mentors, and I, for the first time in my life, went out and formally looked for a mentor, and that was triggered by a uh, training program that I've been on, um, a professional development program internally, which talked about the importance of mentors. So for a long period, about 8 years, I never had any any form of mentors, certainly not in a formal capacity. And then I went out and sought out some mentors, so specific purposes as well. So I think mentors come in all shapes and sizes as well. So you've got your classic coaching mentor. Um, they're the person that's going to be challenging you. They're going to be asking a lot of the questions, so not quite telling you what to do, but challenging you on your thinking, getting you to reflect. So my mentor, my current mentor, um, for the last 5 months now, I think we've been engaging. They've really challenged me to look inward and really think: is the work I'm currently doing aligning with what I really want to do? So does it align with my passions? Am I good at it? And can I get paid for it? So he's really transformed my thinking, thinking that was already really there. And my first in that first meeting, he asked he asked me, what do you want to do? And my kind of quick response was, I want to have a big impact. I want to have a wider impact. And he straight away challenged me on that. I said, what does that really mean? Everyone wants to have an impact. What is it specifically that you want to do? What is it that really ignites your mind and inspires you to go on and hit these milestones and targets? And it doesn't matter, maybe your skills and your passion, motivation lie in the circus. Go join the circus. It doesn't matter. You need to go out and find what it is that you're passionate about and you're great at. So they're one of the central mentors, and I guess they're the more traditional type you would have heard of. But there's more mentors, and in this video I'm sharing 5 different mentors that I have, and I encourage people to go out and find as well. So the other ones. So we've got role model mentor. So this is someone who could be in your field. It's someone that you want to potentially emulate. And so there was someone that I went and approached, who works in the same field. So within CRNS and digital inclusion, they're based in actually North America, one of the North America leads, and I've been observing them through like global team meetings and some of the work that they were doing. And I approached them and said, I'd love to learn. I love the work that you're doing. Maybe we can swap some ideas, etc. So I spoke to him and about strategies and delivery work that they're doing in the States and any learnings that I could bring back into the UK. And there's new systems coming in place that he was an expert in. So it was a fantastic way to kind of supercharge my learning within that area. So they're a role model type mentor, so that's a bit different, and it's becoming more specific in delivery. So they could be a person who could tell you how to do things specifically versus the coaching mentor. Number 3 is one I didn't go out and look for, and it can be a challenge. I'm not sure how I can advise going about getting him. So the third mentor I'm thinking about is a cheerleader mentor. So this is someone who's going to encourage you, and I guess Mr. P was in that cheerleader category of a mentor, and they can naturally encourage you. They can be there to when you're having doubts about a certain direction, etc. And they can give some advice and guidance as well, but they're there to really kind of lift you up when things can get tough, etc., and be that encouragement. And there is someone who has been my cheerleader for the last kind of 5-6 years. I'll call them MP. If they're watching this video, then they'll know straight away who I'm talking about. And they've been there throughout, and I think there's a lot of things that I've achieved with their encouragement and their kind of backup, and they had my back throughout it. And there's some amazing projects. One in particular that I delivered, and then it became huge. It became I won an internal award for it, and then it became a multi-country rollout initiative, and then it became one of the most successful campaigns, programs that we delivered in the company in terms of adoption by the respective countries. So that's incredible. So the power of having that little encouragement, having that cheerleader in your corner rooting for you can be incredibly powerful. Number 4 could be a specific skill mentor. So I reached out to a colleague in another department who specialized in a certain area. So I got into all this kind of automation work, and one specific tool I was using was Microsoft Power Automate fantastic tool. It's a no-code app where you can build automation flows. So I'm a total noob, and I was just messing about with templates, etc. Managed to save a heck of a lot of days of admin work. But I thought, hey, let's go speak to an expert who's in that field and doing it. And they were just, they were very happy to come and speak to me, have a few sessions, etc. And I asked them, specific questions around: can I do this? Am I able to do that? How can I store the data like this? How can I do this process? Here's my pain points. Is there a way to kind of partially automate this or eliminate certain waste, etc.? So that was very super focused. Again, that short sessions upskilled me in a rapid fashion. So instead of kind of Googling, this was tapping into the years of knowledge, expertise in a colleague who's delivering it for clients. I don't work on client projects, I work in an internal function. So this was incredibly insightful and valuable. And the fifth mentor, again, a bit like the cheerleader, this one is probably might be even potentially more challenging to get. And again, it's not one where there's a clear path to go and get a sponsor. It can be straightforward, and I think in more senior grades, it is a bit easier to get. So I'm talking about having a sponsor. And so this is someone who will talk about you when you're not around, talking to other colleagues about opportunities for you or potential opportunities that you can go and work on. And it could be on the kind of same level of seniority, or it could be a level up, a few levels up. And it can make an incredible difference to your career path and things that you can get involved in. So, for example, I had a sponsor. Again, I didn't reach out to them to be my sponsor. They spoke to about me in this global meeting with some of the leads about a initiative in the UK that I was leading. I developed, and there was at a group level. There was a challenge they were facing about a global program that they want to roll out, and they were looking to each of the countries for inspiration and ideas. So my sponsor spoke about the work I'm doing, and then she approached me. They approached me and said, do you want to go speak to the global team and do a little presentation about what you've done? And not only did that, I built in a bit of a proposal, a blueprint, and did some research on a global level around this particular global STEM program, and I presented it out to them. So I mentioned earlier there was a program that went multi-country. This is the one I'm talking about, and I'm really happy to say that to see that this program, this little thing that I started, engagement with our company in Newcastle, sprouted out across the UK, and then now it's gone global. So I think there's about 12 different countries involved in that. And that came about. It would have only came about for because of the sponsor that supported it, and saw that potential, and then she pushed me forward into doing it. The power of mentors, it's incredible. It can build your confidence. It can open doors for you. It can reshape some of your thinking as well, and potentially recognize mistakes. They'll go through the mistakes and things that they've gone through and give you advice as well. And it wasn't just professional career development stuff. We talked about personal stuff and family life and how to balance things, etc. So it wasn't just about just getting ahead in your career. It was more holistic than that, and I approached it that way as well. So those were 5 mentors that I recommend that you go out and get if you can. If you're lucky, you already got some of these, and some of them might come about naturally. Um, but yeah, so good luck in your journey. I'd love to know what you're thinking in the comments. Let me know if you've got any of these mentors already, and how they've been benefiting you. And please subscribe for further updates. I'll be doing videos around digital skills, productivity, social impact as well, and some vlogs occasionally around behind the scenes of things that I'm doing as well. So don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button as well. And I'll see you next time.